Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another podcast. Why Jesus too? Today I'm going to be talking with Joy.
Hello, everyone.
And she's going to be sharing why Jesus at college. You're in your you're done the year almost.
Next week we have exams and then I'm done my first
Woohoo!
year.
So how has it been, college, compared to high school?
Compared to high school, college is a mix of like stressful, but also you have so much free time. Like I've never had so much free time, but also you have to use that time like wisely or else you'll be stressed about like everything because there's a lot of stuff to do, but they also give you a lot of time to do it. But it's pretty good. I like what I'm doing. I'm in my first year of nursing in college, and it's a nice experience so far. But compared to high school, I definitely get to explore more interesting things and do things I didn't get to do. So yeah.
Would you say that time management is perhaps a bigger thing now than it was in high school? Or about the same?
I would say bigger now, because in high school, like, you were a little bit more flexible. Like, teachers were more flexible. Now teachers in college, they do give you extensions sometimes, but a lot of things are set. And if you miss something, they'll be
Too bad, so sad.
you had all this time. Yeah, a lot of the times you get your class and then you see everything is already posted. It's not like in high school where they give it to you gradually through the school year. So but also you have so much free time to do like whatever you want. Basically you can create your schedule however you want. Like some days you'll have no class, some days class ends early or class is canceled, so you get to go home or you get to use that time to study. So you have to learn how to manage your time properly, so
Organize your stuff to get your assignments and things down and whatever.
Yeah, they do it. You do it yourself. Yeah.
What is one of the things that you enjoy in college?
In college, you see a lot of different people. In high school, and you get to make a lot of new friends. In high school, like me, I came in high school late a little bit. I came in grade 10, so everybody already had their own friend groups and stuff, and I still made friends, but it was kind of like everybody was together since they were little, and then me just coming
so you're
in,
kind of trying to merge into an existing
groups and stuff like that. But in college, there's just so many new people from different walks of life. There's people who are younger than you, people who are older than you. There's people who have done this before or are coming back to it, or just doing this to just amplify their education and stuff. So you get to meet and see like a lot of different people from a lot of different types of walks of life. Like in high school, it's mostly high schoolers, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds. It's kind of the same demographic of people. But in college, there's a lot of different people that you see, and a lot of different programs too. So that's cool.
So it's nice to have lots of variety of different sections of people that you didn't see when you were in high school that you're meeting now for the first time.
Yes.
What has been one of the most challenging things of college so far?
Probably doing it alone, because like in high school, like all my siblings were there, and they all moved away. They all left me here by myself. But I'm doing this by myself, but it's just like mostly like loneliness, I guess, because I'm living in Cornwall. A lot of my friends are in Ottawa and stuff, where they went to university. Not a lot of people stayed here for college, so it's just me by myself. But it's also a really good thing because I get to do stuff by myself, get to explore new things, new people alone. But it's also been challenging because I'm like, oh, who do I talk to and stuff like that, and I don't always want to talk to my mom about things. Sometimes I wish I had somebody else to talk to. Your friends and your family, they have their own lives. Sometimes they can't always pick up the phone, so you gotta power through things by yourself. But that's just a part of life. That's just a skill you have to learn, Yeah.
So it's been a bit tough because instead of having somebody going through the same situation, you're sort of on your own. But the advantage is that even though your siblings aren't currently in college with you, they are the ones who have gone through and they're done. They can say, hey, this is what I've learned coming through on the other side now, and share their best practices and tips and stuff like that.
That's also an advantage.
Has there been any impact on your relationship with God with college? Has it impacted you in any way in how you look at God or relate to him or your relationship?
Yeah, I don't know about college, but definitely the program that I'm in definitely you get to see like how God works, and you get to learn how to be grateful because in nursing school you go in the hospital, you do your clinicals in the hospital and the nursing home, and you get to see so many different type of people, so many miracles, so many cool things, and like you get to be grateful. Oh, I got to wake up, be healthy, I got to be able to go to the bathroom by myself or give myself a shower, or all these things. Like you really look at your own life and you see things that you should be grateful, things that you take for granted every day. You learn how to be grateful, and you also start telling others, subconsciously start telling others, you should be happy you can go to the bathroom, you should be happy you can feed yourself, eat, wake up and not in pain, or do a lot of, you get to be independent, you get to thank God for your independence. And yeah, mostly like seeing cool things and seeing how God works, like seeing how he heals people. Like 1 week I go to hospital, see a patient really sick, and then the next week they're either gone or they've gotten much better than they were last week. So it's really cool to see that. And yeah, mostly like it opens your eyes to the things that God does. So yeah.
So it's given you a deeper understanding of how the body works that God created, but also in some ways how sin is impacted, because there's illnesses and there's death and so on, and giving you a better appreciation for that. Is there anything that you have found that has helped you through tough times in college? Perhaps more so than in high school, because as you said, you're sort of going it on your own. Are there any things that you have found that have helped you to get through those difficult moments you're gonna have, like exams or whatever?
Yes, I'm always doing words of reassurance and affirming words, and I'm very mindful of what I say. Like I know the Bible talks about the tongue and your words have an impact on what can happen. So I'm really mindful of what I say. I try to avoid using negative talk, like, oh, I'm gonna fail this test, or I'm so dumb, or I'm so stupid, or stuff like that, or I'm not doing good, or whatever. I try to be like, in Jesus' name, we're gonna pass this test, or we're gonna get 100%, or words like that. But also, I always, before each test, I always do a little prayer. I'm always like, God, at least please let me remember everything I studied, at least, or help me through you. I know I can remember some things. I can pass this test through you, and if I don't, that's fine. We can always do better. But I always try to implement God in little things that I do. So definitely in everyday words that I do, even when I'm stressed, I'm always like, God, through you can help me do this. I'm always through you guiding me, I can do this, through you, everything through you, because it's not me who can do it, it's God that's doing it. So I always emphasize, not through me but through you, anything is possible.
That's an important comment to make about being careful or mindful of your words and how they affect you and your attitude, right? Sometimes we forget that, and we, we feel like sometimes we feel overwhelmed or we feel underprepared for something and we're like, oh, this is not going to go well. It's going to be horrible. And sometimes we kind of make self-fulfilling prophecies because our mind listens to what we're saying and says, okay, well, then we're going to shut down. We're not going to do pull stuff from our memory or whatever. But it is important to remember that always God is with us and that in those difficult times, in addition to being mindful of our words, we can also rely on God to help us and to help us remember things, but also to keep our cool. I'm sure when you have your clinicals, there's probably been some situations that have been a little bit, difficult to see or whatever or deal with, and yet you're supposed to remain cool when you interact with patients and stuff like that. What do you do in those kinds of situations? Perhaps an illness that you've never seen before or injuries that you've never seen before or whatever, that, some people might say would gross you out. How do you, maintain your, I guess, professionalism, but also, how do you deal with that stuff, in a way that doesn't make people feel that you're repulsed or you find them, I don't want to be around you kind of thing?
You have to be careful. Well, most of the time you're wearing a mask so they can't see your face. But also, like me, I don't like. There are things that are definitely gross that you'll see. But me, I'm mostly thinking of if that was me or like, oh my gosh. Also, that's how like my faith has grown because I see things more in a compassionate way and like in a more sympathetic way, like, oh my gosh, that must hurt, or oh my gosh, that's really bad. So I'll try.
What if it was me?
What if it was me? So I try to like handle those situations with as much care and as much empathy as I can, because if that was me, I know that must be so painful. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do what I can. What I'm doing, I know it might hurt, but it's what I need to do because to help you heal or to help you. So I try not to, like, yes, things are gross, but like kind of if that was me, or the empathy kind of like outweighs the grossness of the situation. You want to try to like help the situation as a nurse. You're not like, it might be a little gross or smelly or whatever, but also it's cool to see, like, honestly. Like, as nurses, we're trying to see as much things as we can in real life. In the textbook or in the videos, it's not really the same as, actually seeing the actual wound or the actual, like the actual substance or whatever, the vomit or poop or whatever. Like, it's not the same as seeing it in real life than seeing it. And it honestly teaches you how to keep your cool in situations, how to watch your facial expressions, what you're saying and stuff. Like, and also remember, you can always talk about it later. Like, you don't have to create the facial expression now. You can always talk about it, journal about it. Doesn't mean you can't talk about it, but like, it does teach you how to just think about if it was you or if it was somebody like that was close to you. Like, would you like their healthcare provider to be making those facial expressions, to be saying, oh, that's gross or whatever? No, you would be wanting them to help, be empathetic, be like, to feel for what they're going through. So yeah, I don't like the empathy outweighs the grossness. The wanting to help or wanting to fix this situation outweighs the grossness or the smell or whatever it may be. Yeah.
And I'm sure that anybody seeing what you're seeing, you must really want to do or feel called to do what you're doing because you face a lot of difficult situations. This side of college, I know you haven't finished your studies yet, but you're 1 year in.
Yep.
Only a few more left.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to somebody who's looking for or preparing for their first year in college? What advice would you give them for success, whether it's in school or even spiritually? What would you tell them to do?
Okay.
Or not do?
Okay. That's good. Okay, so one, don't be scared, also have confidence in yourself. Know that you can do it. Okay, let me put it in like a list. So, because I don't want to. Okay, so one, always trust in God, because, like God, He's got your back.
Mm-hmm.
Two, trust in yourself. You're smart. You've made it this far. You've got into the program. You have what it takes, Three, watch what you say. What comes out of here is sharp. So you need to watch what you say, because it does manifest. It does, like you said, self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, it does have an
Impact.
an impact on the outcome of whatever you're trying to go through, whatever. 4, I think. 4.
Yeah, I think you're on
Talk
board.
to teachers. If you're unsure, talk to your teachers. Talk to the guidance counselors. They're there to help you. And be greedy with your grade. Honestly, I used to, like, last semester, I had not fully completed something, or I had completed it but not the wrong way, so I didn't get the full marks. But at the end of the semester, I was like, no, I deserve the full marks. So I emailed my teacher. I was like, hey, can I still get the full marks, because I still sent it in. And and I was scared, because I was like, what if he thinks I'm being like a Karen or being greedy or whatever? But he ended up giving it to me. If you're not sure, just do it. If they say no, then it's no. But if they end up giving it to you, then at least you got it. It's better than never knowing. And it could help somebody else too, which is my point number 5. Always try to help other people around you, because when you're going through something too, you want people to help you, right? So be that help, so then other people are willing to help you. If you're never helping other people, nobody's gonna help you, okay? And 4, be careful. Also, be careful who you're friends with. Try to avoid, at least for me, I would try to avoid dating and all of that during school, especially during nursing school, because you have to be selfish with your time, selfish with your faith, selfish kind of with yourself, because bringing somebody in, especially in college where there's a lot of new people from a lot of new different places and backgrounds, I feel like sometimes you tend to get a little bit distracted from what you need to focus on. So I would say maybe not exit out completely, but be mindful. And my last piece of advice would be smart with your time. Be smart with your time. To develop a study habit, or what works for you. If you don't, you'll be all over the place. So develop a study habit, have some good friends, and just have fun and have faith in God, and know that you can do it. Always believe in yourself. Nobody else is going to believe in you except for God and yourself. And remember, it's your diploma. It's not her diploma, his diploma. Don't rely on him or her, because at the end of the day, it's going to be your name. It's going to be you walking across that stage. So focus on you. Yeah, that would be my list of advices.
Oh, that's quite the list. But lots of very good advice. I want to thank you again, Joy, for being willing to come on the podcast and sharing with us your insights into college life and some tips. And thank you, viewer, for watching another Why Jesus 2 podcast. We hope to see you again next month. God bless.
God bless. Thank you.